Hey guys, this is Chuck E, and what I want to do here today is walk you through selling on eBay and exactly how to get started. I was looking at a lot of the videos on YouTube, and nothing really tells you how to get started. They all have tips and tricks and what sells and what doesn't sell, and how do you do this and how do you make $1 million, yada yada yada, but nothing really shows you how to get started selling on eBay. Now, it's not real complicated, but if you've never done it, it can seem like rocket science. Um, we're here on eBay, and basically, the first thing you need to do is set up an account. So, you want to go click on the left hand side here for register, and you want to enter your name. Um, I would help if I hadn't have it on caps. All right, we're going to fill in some information here. Okay, guess we can't use that one. But we'll use that one. All right, that one's good. All right, got to make a good password, and hopefully I'll remember it. All right, then you click submit. Welcome to eBay. Here we are. It will create an ID for you. Um, Here you see we've selected whatever this mumbo jumbo is. This is what will display when you bid, buy, or sell. If you want to choose your own, you can do it after the fact. Just go into my eBay on the computer and change your personal identification. For now, we'll continue. Um, Basically, you're there. If you see up here, sell is what you want to click to sell an item. Let's see, we didn't give them a whole lot of information. Oh, we'll give them something here. Guess that doesn't want to be there. 305. More processing. Okay, tell us what you're selling. Simply select what you're selling. Um, I mean, it was basically that easy to get started, um, to open your account. Uh, you will need a PayPal account. If you don't have that, it's easy enough to open one, um, because that, unless you have means to take a credit card, PayPal is the way to go on eBay. Even if you can't take credit cards, PayPal is still the preferred method for selling on eBay. It's safer. It's guaranteed. Most people on eBay have PayPal. They trust it. They like it, um, and it's usually cheaper than having to deal with credit card merchant services. Um, let's see what we're going to sell here. If you have, ideally, if you're just starting on eBay, you're probably just selling stuff from around the house. So let's bass drum, kick pedal. Let's see what that tells us. I just picked that because that's what I looked at over to my left here in my room. Alright, it gives you a category based on what you've entered up here. Buyers will see your listing, parts and accessories, pedals. Now you can change it if you like. More often than not, what they're giving you here is going to be pretty accurate. You can create your listing. And it's taking its time. Now what you're going to get here, well, let me go back here a step. And this really should be in the advanced tool because it gives you more options. Yeah, this is better. Okay, now you're back. You got your category. You want to describe your item. You put a title here. Now you see it shows how many characters you have remaining. I believe you get like 80, yeah, about 80 characters to put in what you want. Used bass drum kick pedal. If I could spell. A-R-L P-E-A-R-L. Let's move that out of the way. Pearls, the manufacturer. Wood mallet. L-E-T. C-H-A-I-N. Chain drive. And great action. Ideally, you want to use, here, let's N-E-V-E-R. Alright, that doesn't fit. We take this out. And let's go that way. Never used. Now you want to put as much information in here. You want to ideally put words that people are going to look for. You know, if somebody came in to search and they were looking for a bass drum pedal, they're going to put bass drum, they're going to put kick pedal, they might put pearl, they might put Ludwig, depending on who they're looking for. If they care, they might put whether they want a wood mallet or if they want a felt covered head. You got chain drive as opposed to leather or metal. I mean, you got different options, and you know, if you know what you have, you know what you're selling, you kind of know what people are looking for. But you want to use words that people are going to put in their search. It used to be you can just throw all kinds of keywords in here, and you know, you would put Pearl, you'd put Ludwig, you'd put Sonar, you put you know, whatever other drum sets, you know, manufacturers there might be. Just thinking, you know, if somebody entered in Ludwig, you know, they're get you. If somebody entered in Sonar, bass drum pedal, they would get you. The problem is if you have a Pearl and you put something else, when they click on your site and see it's not what they want, they're going to click away. And you don't want that to happen because the new search procedures, it's actually called Cassini search engine. they look at a number of things, obviously the keywords in your title, but they also look at the response to your page. They're all about the users. They want it to be very user friendly. Same concept with Google. They want you to be user friendly. They want the user to enter in their keywords and get what they're looking for. Like I said, it used to be, when people were selling the cell phones, they would put iPhone, they'd put Android, they'd put Verizon, they'd put um, whatever cell phones there are, and on the hope that, well, just because they're looking for an iPhone, maybe if they find this Android for a great price, they'll buy it. Um, you know, 99% chance that wasn't happening, but there was always the 1%. So that's what people did. That's what people kind of learned to do, was just stuff keywords in there of something that people might be looking for, hoping that they'd pull your page and change their mind. You know, how often do you change your mind? You know what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. But like I said, they penalize is a strong word, but once your page gets so many hits, or once your listing gets so many hits, and people go away and don't buy, that drops it down in the rankings. And obviously, this isn't as critical as Google. When you search something on Google, where's the best place to hide a dead body? Is the second page of Google. Nobody ever goes to the second page. But when people are looking to buy something, they'll go a little further into the search. They want to make sure they're seeing everything. So, I want to say they usually put about 50 listings on the first page. Um, they'll go through all those listings to see what's there. Sometimes they'll go to the second page. Sometimes they'll go to the third page. People want to see what their options are. So you don't necessarily have to be on the top, although, of course, it helps. Um, but anyway, you want to put what you think people are going to be looking for. They might look for great action. They might look for something that's never been used. Um, you want to put as much as you can. Ideally, you don't want to have any characters remaining. You don't want to just put used bass drum kick pedal and leave it at that. It's the more keywords you can get in there that they might look for, the better off you're going to be. Now you go to condition here. Is it new? Um, new is new, like brand new, still in the package, still has tags on it. You have new with other, which could be new without tags, new without the original packaging. Um, you've got manufacturer refurbished, seller refurbished. If you bought something and fixed it up, then you have used. And it actually tells you here an item that has been previously used, may have some signs of cosmetic wear, yada yada, but is fully functional. Um, then it gives you an area here for a description. Highlight any defects, missing parts, scratches. You might think, why would I do that? They're not going to buy it, but you would be surprised. eBay people are coming here for a deal. They don't mind if there's a scratch. They don't mind if it's a little worn. Um, you'd give them the whole story. Tell them the truth. Because at some point, if they buy it and they get it, and it's not what you advertised, it's coming back. Or you'll start getting complaints, which is a whole different story. We'll try to get into that a little bit later. But if you have issues here, if there's something wrong with it, the chain's broken, the wood's cracked on the mallet, if there's nothing wrong with it, like new. That's good enough. That lets them know it's like new, never used. But definitely be honest with them. Don't feed them a line of bull. That's only going to come back to bite you in the future. And of course, it depends on what you're trying to do here. If you just got a couple items you want to get rid of, and you want to sell it as is, no returns, no refunds, Um, lie through your teeth and tell them whatever you want, but you'll get kicked off of eBay. eBay is all about user friendly, buyer friendly. Um, Although they make their money off of the sellers, they have a tendency to side with the buyers because if they don't have buyers, sellers aren't doing anything. So they're very serious about their listings, about what you're selling, and about your customer service. So, like I said, unless you only have one or two items and you don't plan on ever using eBay again, you know, be legit. Now here it says click to add photos. Um, you want to use as many photos as you have. Now, unfortunately, I probably don't have any photos for the kick pedal. Let's see if I have. Let's see what I have here. Yeah, this could be a while. Oh, look, I got drums. So let's just put in the drums. There, you can see a kick pedal down there. You click on it, add more drums. Now what you're going to have to do, I don't know if, I'm thinking since they haven't given me a problem yet, you just click on that plus, you double click your picture. Um, your picture needs to be a certain size. It needs to, you see dimensions down there? It needs to be a minimum of 500 by 500, or 500. One side needs to be a minimum of 500. Um, if it's over 1,000, then when you click on the picture or when you hover over the picture, it will enlarge. So ideally, you want to be over 1,000. They won't let you upload it if it's under 500. And that's just one side needs to be that size. You want your pictures to be as clear as possible. You want to show as much detail as possible. Close-ups, if you have an issue, where something's scratched, take a close-up of the scratch, let them see it. Um, if you're selling clothes and you want to see the material, take a picture close-up of the material. Um, if something's in a box and you can see writing on the box, that might tell them something, take a close-up of the box. As much detail as you give them. Ideally, they give you room for 12 pictures here. You want to use all 12 of them. The more pictures, the better it is for your ranking. And you want to use legitimate pictures. If you're selling um, a pair of boots, take pictures of the boots. Don't go online and look for the same boots and take that picture and use it. They know stock pictures from your own pictures, and you make more brownie points with real pictures. Now the next thing you're going to do is upload your pictures, which takes a second or two, depending on how big they are, how many you have. But again, part of the Cassini search, the more pictures you have, the better. They prefer you use 12 pictures, and they give you room for 12, even if you have to take a close-up of this view or a different angle of this view. Try to get 12 pictures in there if you can. Okay, anytime now. Alright, there you go. Now you see your pictures here. You can move them. Say, because this picture here, your first picture, is what's going to show in the listing. So if you want to put this picture, you just click the arrow and it moves over there. If you want to put this picture, just keep moving it over until it gets to that first picture. That will be your main picture. Here, add item specifics. You want to put as much as you can, much detail. If you have a brand, you put it in there. If you have a model number, you put it in there. Manufacturer part number, you put it there. Country of region, you can even add your own. If you want to put a color, color, and you enter in the color, it's red. And see, it gives you Now it'll look better once it takes, but for now it gives you the heading as a color, gives you the color of red. Um, all of this plays into the search. Um, Again, people, if they're looking for this stuff, if they're looking for Pearl, if they're looking for a rapid fire, if they have part numbers and they use them, Cassini Search will pull from your item specifics. So you definitely want to fill in as many of the item specifics as you can. If you're not using them, just click on remove. Um, if you don't know, it gives you the option for unknown for country, region, manufacturer. Um, then you move on. Now you go here to your details. This is a description of your pedal. Um, Again, as much detail as you can put. Uh, here you go. It was on HTML. If you know HTML, you can do it in HTML because that kind of is in the way of the search engine. Because HTML, the first few lines are going to be code. It's not going to tell you anything about your item, and they don't always go too far into the search, into the details when they're searching, unless somebody specifically clicks on that. Now, the default search is by title. So that's what they're going after. That's the first thing they're going to look for is through the title. The next thing will be your details. So you want to put here, like new Pearl kick pedal rapid fire great action and ideally, actually, what I usually do is I will take this title first, copy it, bring it down here, and paste it in. Take that, and you bold it. You can make it bigger. Again, they're going to pick that up in the search. And then just, again, after you do that, then you start filling out your details. You want to put as much detail as you can, describing it, be the next Buddy Rich. Yes, I'm showing my age. Appeal to their senses. What's going to get their attention? What's going to make them feel better? Just something to grab their attention, something to make them feel good, something to let them know this is what you're looking for, this is what you want. Be a salesman kind of thing, but you want to give them as much information as you can. Again, if you have an issue with the pedal, pedal sticks on fourth beat. Doesn't happen, but if you have an issue, put it in there. Let them know what it is. People don't mind. Again, they're coming to eBay for deals. They sometimes expect to see issues with the items that are listed. You can preview it. You can save it. You're going to come back and deal with it later. But then you go on to your price format. You have auction. You have fixed price. Depending on what you have, an auction could make you more money. If you'd be happy with just a fixed price, click on fixed price, and they'll even tell you we recommend you list this as an auction. We'll put it for $19.99. If you want, you can allow buyers to send you a best offer. again, depending on how much money you have into it, how much money you want to take away from it, you can leave that clicked and let people offer you $10 for your bass drum pedal. But again, keep in mind, when you're pricing things, you've got PayPal that's going to take a percentage, you've got eBay that's going to take a percentage, you have freight involved that you're going to need to ship it. Um, Typically, between PayPal and eBay, you're going to lose about 13%. So at $20, you're going to lose maybe $2.50 to $3 to fees. Um, Depending on what you're shipping, ideally, people try to people I don't forgot what I was saying now, but oh, as far as freight goes, a lot of people, depending on what you're trying to do, what you're trying to accomplish, some people will stick to lighter items because it's cheaper to ship it, cheaper for freight. But either way, if you go for best offer, um, you can click this, automatically accept offers of at least $15. That way you won't get harassed every time somebody makes an offer. You can click this, automatically decline offers lower than $13. That way if somebody offers you $10, you don't want $10 for it, it automatically refuses. If somebody offers you $16, it's going to automatically accept. Now if you want, you can leave them both blank, and every time you get an offer, you just have to deal with it manually. It'll come to your email or it'll come to your phone app if you've got it on the phone. Um, that's really up to you. I go both ways depending on what I'm selling, how much I'm asking. Um, Quantity, obviously, you've only got the one, so you're going to put one. If you're selling something that you've got multiple items, you can put how many items you have. Your duration, typically, you go 30 days. Um, if it's an auction, you want to go less because people don't usually want to wait 30 days for something they're bidding on. Um, More often than not, auctions are anywhere from 3 to 7 days. Um, Now let me go back a step here. If you were to choose auction, you can add a buy it now feature. Of course, it's going to cost you like 20 cents. But if you were to do an auction, ideally for the most attention, you want to put it for 99 cents. Now, the question is, do you want to sell it for 99 cents? Probably not. For something like this kick pedal, you might want to start it at $10, starting price. Now you can have a buy it now price of $19.99. That way, if they see the item, they don't want to play the auction game, they just want to out and out buy it, they have the option to buy it. Auctions can be a good thing. If it's something that, not everybody's selling, but something people are going to want when they see it, this could run up to $30, $40, $50 because people are auctioning on it because you may have underpriced it. You may have thought, $19.99 is a good price, and people might think $40 and $50 is a good price. So you never know with some materials, some items. Now, just so you know, when you reach the halfway point, they will remove this buy it now price. That way, when it starts getting up to $15, $16, $17, somebody's not going to say, "Oh well, I'll just buy it for $19.99." That way, it lets it run wild to where you can make $30, $40, $50. Again, you got your duration. I don't usually go longer than 7 days on an auction because, again, people don't want to wait that long. If it's a popular item, you might put it for 3 days or 5 days. You, it's all kind of just, you're gonna gotta go by what you've seen, what you're learning as you go. Now they give you an option here to donate some of your percentage of your sales. Um, just leave it, I do not wish to donate. If you do, you can put a percentage. Um, and again, see, select how you'll be paid. PayPal is the default. So you really want. Now, if you want to accept credit cards and debit cards, you can do that, but you're better off just sticking with PayPal. Um, you got your email, your PayPal email in there. Um, your shipping details. Yeah, they're gonna make you put something. I usually use Postal Service or FedEx. Um, they turn out to be the cheapest. Um, really, what you put here isn't that critical because you can always change it after the fact. But it kind of gives you options. You want to do an economy shipping, USPS first class package, um, priority mail. Um, say you want to do priority mail, up to 70 pounds if it fits in the box it ships. Um, you can do that. You got to put your cost here. I want to say it's probably somewhere around $20 for priority mail. Ideally, what you want to do is free shipping. Free shipping gets better rankings. It gets higher rankings. Um, you just need to make sure that your price covers your shipping. Now, when you're doing an auction, you don't want to do free shipping. When you're doing an auction, you definitely want to put the price of the shipping because if this sells for $10, it's going to cost you $20 to ship it. You just lost $10. So if you're doing it as an auction, you want to put shipping. If you're doing it as a fixed price, you want to do free shipping. Just make sure that cost is covered in your price. Handling time, you want to keep it within 3 business days. Handling time is basically how long it's going to take you to ship it. I try to put, if I have it in stock, if I have stuff here, I try to put it 1 business day. That's better for eBay. eBay likes it better. Again, depending on what you're doing, if you want to do this long term, to where you can actually make a living out of it, you want to try to increase your seller ranking, which is a whole different video. But basically, anything after 3 days, see, they give you an exception. See, if I put 5 days, let's see if it's going to come up here. Oh, no, it's not going to do it. It usually tells you that the note of the owner not going to do it for me. It usually tells you that the buyer will be alerted that you have an extended handling time. And a lot of buyers aren't going to want to buy it. They're going to wait 10 days for you to ship it. So ideally you want to keep it in one of these first 1 to 3 business days. Most people use 2, just because it gives you a little time. I prefer to use the 1 business day because it's better for your seller rankings, again, which is a different animal. You can exclude shipping locations, create or edit your exclusion list. I'm not going to do that right now because it takes forever to go through them all. Ideally, you only want to ship to the U.S. and only the lower 48. You don't want to ship to Alaska and Hawaii. You don't want to ship to Puerto Rico. Just because it's a major expense to do that. Unless you're going to cover it, but then you're going to lose sales. You're going to lose potential buyers. So ideally you just want to put, and you could even put that up here, only ship to, actually, I will pull this up here for you. This is something you want to put in your listings. I ship to the lower 48 states only. I cannot combine shipping, and there is no local pickup. I cannot ship to P.O. boxes or APOs. A lot of things can't go to P.O. boxes. APOs is a whole different animal as far as getting them on the bases and stuff. You don't want people knocking on your door. I mean, you might, but lower 48 states only. Alaska, Hawaii, and Puerto Rico, Virgin Islands, they're all major hassles to ship to, major costs involved to it. It's just not worth it. You're not going to get that many buyers from any of those. So that's always a standard in my listings. You got your shipping service, you got your time frames, you can exclude shipping, different countries and stuff. And really all that does is it just keeps it from even being shown to those people. Now they've actually created, I won't get into it right now, but they have created a transfer location, for lack of a better word. I think it's in Kentucky. That you can send it if it's going to go overseas. You basically pay to get it to Kentucky. They charge the buyer to go from there to Nairobi or wherever it's going to, Europe, Italy, France. So they've made it a lot easier to do global shipping. Depending on what you're selling, that's a good thing sometimes because some things are very popular overseas. This kick pedal, chances are, probably is not. The package, you want to see a large package, is a smaller package, a large envelope. You put dimensions, 6 by 12 by 6 inches. You want to put your weight here, 3 to 4 pounds. And this is where it's shipping from. You can add other details, which I usually just skip right over. Your return policy, again, depending on what you're doing. If you're only selling a couple items, you usually don't want a return policy. You don't want to have to deal with taking returns back, refunding people their money, yada, yada, yada. If you're in it for the long haul, you're looking to make a business out of it, you definitely want to take returns. And eBay, again, for their seller rankings, will request you have at least a 14-day return policy. Now here, again, you can change your return policy. Returns accepted. How long after 14 days, 30 days, 60 days. Refund will be given as money back or replacement, buyer's choice, money back or exchange, buyer's choice. I usually just leave it at money back. Return shipping will be paid by the buyer, always. If you make it too easy for them to return it, they're going to return it. And then you're paying shipping and you're losing money, and it's just not worth it. You can put return policy details if you have details. You need to call between midnight and 1 a.m. Sunday morning to get a return authorization or something. If you have a policy, you want to put it in there. Or again, just no returns accepted. So whichever you want it to be. Again, if you're looking to do this long term, you're going to need to have a return policy. Click continue. If you have issues, they will tell you. We've noticed your listing may offer combined shipping discounts. We are writing to tell you about change that may prevent your buyers. As announced, to reduce unpaid items eligible, yada yada. Continue offer shipping discounts. Alright, so this is just some kind of notes, alerts. If there was something wrong with it, it would let you know there was something wrong with it. You need to go back and edit it. You've qualified for free insertion. You get 50 free listings. Um, Now there are some other things. There's the buy it now. Um, if you were doing the auction and had a buy it now price, I think it's usually like 20 cents. If you want to put more pictures than 12, there's a charge for that usually. Um, but this page here just kind of gives you all your details. You can automatically relist it 3 times. You click that. If it doesn't sell the first time, from there you click continue. I'm not going to click continue because I don't really want to list this. You can preview the listing. This will actually take you to show you what it will look like. There's your picture. You can see it was over 1,000. So it does, blow up the picture. You can see everything, you know. There's your $10 is your starting bid. $19.99 if they want to buy it now. Your $20 for expedited shipping. Payments are PayPal. Delivery estimated within 2 to 4 business days. That's because we put the 1 to 3 priority mail. This is where your item specifics show up. Condition, like new, never used. Your brand, your model, the color. See, there's your color that you filled in yourself. This is your description, and you see, you want your description to be very clear and concise. Again, if you go to eBay, you'll see some of these that have a lot of pictures, have a lot of colors. That all distracts from the search engines. It may look pretty, but it does distract from the search engine. And ideally, that's who you're kind of catering to is a search engine. You want your searches to get there, but once they're there, you want this to be clear and show everything that they need to know. The more information you give them, the better they feel about you. The more details, the pedal sticks on the 4th beat. This is just sponsored links that comes with everything. So there you get your preview, but like I said, you want everything to be in a logical order. Don't just willy-nilly throw stuff up there, and don't just put bass drum kick pedal and leave it at that. You want to give them as much detail as you possibly can. So again, you would click continue from there. It would list it. I'm not going to do that. Alright, we're going to leave that. So basically, you just created your first listing. Now, bass drum kick pedal. See what kind of searches it brings back. There you see, there's your prices. Heavy duty double bass drum. Now, when you click on these, you can see these would be your subheaders. You could have put a subheading, but again, that's going to cost more money. There's your kick drum beaters that I said had a wood mallet. It shows buy it now here. This, if you have free shipping, it's going to highlight free shipping. When you click on here, this is where you see, this is your seller information. Top rated plus. See sellers with highest buyer ratings, returns, money back, ships in a business day, with tracking. See, these are all criteria for a top-rated seller, top-rated plus. This is what a lot of people will look at. This is how much feedback you have. Every time you sell something, this will, if people leave you feedback, it adds up. So people will look at this. They're looking at your percentage of positive feedback. You want to stay up above 98. So the more you sell, the more negative feedback you can afford to get and still stay up at 98, 99, 100%. Now, if you have a store, ideally if you're in it for long term, you want to get a store. That way they can go to your store. They can also click to see other items that you're selling. But this here, if you're in it for the long term, is critical for your success. Um, this also works good for the search engines for Cassini. They look at, are you a top rated seller? Are you top rated plus? What is your feedback? What is your the number of your feedback score? They look at all that for ranking. So if you are in it for the long haul, you definitely want to work towards all that. Um, now see, here's one that's got the pictures in it. Um, but you can see their description. They've got it headlined or bolded here. Then they give you all the features. Um, and see, they even show drum shown in picture, not included. You know, if you do stuff like that, you need to spell it out for people, because sure enough, they'll see this and think, oh, I'm getting that whole drum set for $59, $62. So you need to spell everything out pretty clear for people. Again, more pictures. Don't need to have all that. It's not necessary as long as your pictures are up here. And here you see that you're hovering over it. You're getting a better view. This is all the different pictures, different angles. And you can see they filled in. You know, they did all 12 pictures. Which, you know, they've got the high seller rating. They've got all the pictures. They've got a good details here, so that's probably why they're ranked so close to the top. Now this is a store, so they've got store categories over here. They actually didn't put any kind of item specifics in here. That would have shown up in here. You can click on here and it tells you, so this is shipping to United States, excludes APOs, FPOs, PO box, and different countries. And there's actually, this list is in there. There are certain countries eBay recommends you don't mess with. But I think that about covers it. Now, again, there's different angles, there's different ways to do things. You can cross-sell, you can have varieties. Um, Again, depending on whether you're just looking to do a one or two time deal, or if you're looking to make a living off of it. I see this guy here, he sold 123 of these pedals. So he's doing something right. If you're going in it for the long haul, that's what you want to look for, is that certain niche that people are going to buy. It's going to have a lot of buyers, hobbies, cell phone, accessories, clothing. I mean, you just, there's lists of it. You just have to kind of go through eBay and see what's selling to determine what it is you want to sell. But in a nutshell, that's basically how to create your listing, get your account started. Now, if you are interested in doing more with eBay, I will leave the link below for this, which is the eBay Blueprint. This is where I've got a lot of my training. Blueprint Mastermind. They've got just a plethora of information. They've got video training courses. They've got product resources if you want to drop ship, which is basically putting a listing up on eBay. If somebody buys it, you turn around, go to, say, Walmart, buy it on their website, and have them ship it to the customer. Now, of course, you're charging more money than what Walmart charges, but that's basically drop shipping. But it has resources for all that. It's got coaching. They've got tools that you can use to build titles, to do power listing. Um, they actually go into much more detail as far as holding inventory. They're about to go into an Amazon training course. Um, I mean, this is very thorough course here. This training is excellent. They've also got a Facebook page that it rivals nothing. I mean, and there's different levels of membership here. You can, well, let's see if I can get you to that since we're here. You can start it at $7.99 a month. It's just access to the beginners and basic training, which kind of covers a lot of what I just did, but gives you some more bonus courses, gets you inside to see the resources, um, so you can decide whether you want to keep going with it. And for $8, you really can't go wrong. If you don't like it, you cancel it after the first month. You don't pay any more. You got a little bit of training. You got a little bit of inside information. You can do with it what you please. You can also move up. Gives you more courses. Gives you bonus material. Gives you more access to different shippers. Um, you can go to all access, $97 a month. Includes everything above, plus an additional course. Here reserved for badasses. Access to their buying agent, resources. There's just um, buying lots from them. You know, you can purchase 50 purses. You can purchase a wholesale lots directly from them, or they'll hook you up with other people you can. Ideally, if you can afford it, this is the way to go. One-time shot instead of, basically after 5 months, you're there. The 6 months, you're starting to lose money. If you can afford to do the one-time deal, but like I said, you can get in for $7.99. You can see what they've got. You can see the options. Um, you really can't go wrong for that. Again, you can see it. If you don't like it, you get out of it and it's done. Um, but even in that $7.99, it'll give you some good tips and some good resources, or at least some look at the resources as to what options are out there. And again, this is only if you're wanting to take it a step further. You're not just looking to sell a couple items and be done with it. Um, but again, I will leave the link down below in the description for you to go to it if you want to get involved with that. I think that might be everything. If I think of something else, I'll put it down in the description. Um, I'm Chuck E. Have a good day.